Hello guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about triangles and triangle conditions. So let's go ahead and get started. Our objective for today is I will be able to identify characteristics of a triangle. So conditions for size of a triangle. So the main thing that you have to remember for the side lengths of a triangle is that the sum of the smaller two sides of a triangle must be greater than the third side. So think about the pipe cleaners that we talked about in class earlier today or maybe yesterday, depending on when you're watching the video. We had to have pipe cleaners that were two of the smaller sides had to be greater than the third side in order to be a triangle. Alright, so let's take a look and let's practice some of these. So if you are given three side lengths, you have to say yes, it makes a triangle, or no, it does not. So let's take a look and see what that looks like. So for the first one here, we have 5 meters, 9 meters, and 11 meters. So we are wondering, does this make a triangle? So how we figured that out is we say, well, 5 plus 9, and when you add 5 plus 9, you get 14, and you're asking yourself, is 14 greater than 11? And the answer is yes. So because it is yes, that is a triangle. It's as easy as that. On this one, 2 and 4, we have 2, 4, and 8 inches, so 2 plus 4 is equal to 6. And we're asking ourselves, is 6 greater than 8? No, it is not. It is less than 8. So no, it does not form a triangle. Our third triangle, our third measurements have 2, 4, and 5 feet. So we have to add together the two smaller sides. So 2 plus 4, which is 6. Is 6 greater than 5? Yes, it is. So yes, that does make a triangle. The last one that we're going to look at today is 2 millimeters, 2 millimeters, and 4 millimeters. So when we add 2 plus 2, that equals 4. 4 is not greater than 4, it's equal to 4, so no, it does not make a it does not form a triangle. So that's pretty straightforward. You just have to memorize that one small fact, the two sides are greater than the third side, and that's what makes a triangle. Alright, so the conditions for the angles of a triangle, you just need to remember that all three angles of a triangle always equal 180 degrees. So if you know what type of triangle you're working with, or if you know two of the angle sides or angle measurements, you can always find out the third measurement because three of them together have to equal 180 degrees. So here's a little bit of a review for you, just the three different types of triangles that we work with. First of all, we have a scalene triangle. Scalene triangles have three different side lengths and measurements. So all three angle measurements and all three sides are different. An equilateral triangle has all three sides and angles that are equal. So no matter what the side lengths are in an equilateral triangle, each angle will always be 60 degrees. So 60 plus 60 plus 60 is 180. So every single equilateral triangle, no matter how big or small it is, each angle measurement is going to equal 60 degrees. And each side is also equal. Equilateral, equal. And the last one that we're going to be talking about is an isosceles triangle. Isosceles triangles have exactly two sides that are equal, so you only really need to know one angle to be able to figure out the rest. And I should add that isosceles triangles have two sides and two angles that are equal. So look at this example right here. We have a 50 degrees, 65, and 65. And so 65 and 65, those are two angles that are equal, so it's an isosceles triangle. Also, these little notch marks right here saying that these two side lengths are also the same. Alright, so we're going to use that information. We're going to kind of talk about to find the missing angle measurement. So here we go. So if we know that a triangle is 180 degrees, we are going to subtract the two sides that we know to get the last side. So 180 degrees is equal to side A, or angle A, plus angle B, plus angle C. Or we can just subtract. This is very similar to what we did with our supplementary and complementary angles. In this case, supplementary angles, 180 degrees. All right, so 180 minus 25 minus, and remember this little box right here is 90. So we're subtracting 180 minus 25 minus 90. Okay, and yes, you may use a calculator for this, although you don't need to. All right, so we can borrow to make that a 10. This turns into a 7. 10 minus 5 minus 0 is 5. We need to also borrow again. This is a 0. This is 17. So 17 minus 2 is 15. Minus 9 is 6. So the last missing unknown angle measurement is 65 degrees. All right, so we're just simply subtracting. You just need to know that a triangle, all of the sides make up 180 degrees. All right, let's take a look at the next one. So we have a triangle that has 68 degrees and 47 degrees. So we're going to go 180 minus 68 minus 47. All right, and once you type that in, you once again, and this is another coincidence, we'll get 65 degrees. So 65 degrees. And you can always check yourself by adding the three angles up together. It should equal 180. You know that we did it right, and that's how you can check your work. All right, let's take a look at this one. So you should notice right away that we have two angles that are 60 degrees. And if you think earlier back into our notes, we know that an angle or a triangle that has angles that are 60 degrees is going to be an equilateral triangle. So we don't even have to do any math on this one. We know that the missing side is 60 degrees. Now, if you couldn't remember that, you could, of course, go 180 minus 60, or 180 minus 120, and you're going to get 60 both times. If you couldn't remember, then equilateral triangle has all three sides that are equal to 60 degrees. All right, and the last one that we're going to be doing together before you guys try a couple on your own is going to be a triangle with 56 degrees and 30 degrees. So you have 180 minus 56 minus 30. Okay, so we once again have to borrow. 10 minus 6 is 4, and then 7 minus 5. We're going to have to borrow again. So 2, 17, and 17 minus 5 minus 3, or you can say 17 minus 8 is 9. So our missing angle measurement is 94 degrees. And once again, you can check your work by adding the three of them together. So I just want to emphasize once again, yes, you can use a calculator. Just be very, very diligent about the numbers that you're punching in. And you know, this is so easy and so fast that I suggest you even type it in twice just to make sure that you don't make an error just by punching in the wrong button into your calculator. So please take a second, try both of the U-Try problems. Now, boys and girls, to get full points in this video, you have to try both of them and you have to attempt it. You saying, I don't know, is not going to get you full points. Go back in the video and try to figure it out. And I want to see you trying the steps from that we did in the other examples. Then if you can't figure it out, then we'll talk. But I really would like you to try your best. All right, and then any questions that you have, please write down them so then we can talk about them later in class and I can address any questions and concerns that you have. So thank you so much for diligently listening and taking good notes and trying your very best on the U-Try problems, and I will see you in class tomorrow or maybe later today depending on when you're watching the video.